Well, this month we are honoring fallen Toledo police officer Anthony Dia, and our Ariel Onstad has been working on a series of stories for the past month with those closest to Officer Dia. So Ariel, we know you put in a lot of work on this, and it's so emotional. 1 year ago, back on July 4th, just over Sunday, they marked that 1 year mark. But this is something that really has hurt every day, hasn't it?
You know, Tim, it doesn't get easier. That's the thing I hear from Officer Anthony Dia's friends and families. It's been an honor to work on these stories. And we're not only, of course, remembering Officer Anthony Dia's legacy, his 1 year anniversary of his death, but also marking what would have been his 2 years of service to the Toledo Police Department in the city of Toledo here. And now it's an honor to get to share these stories with you. When Tony Dia speaks of his son, his eyes shine with pride.
Hey, Dad, is my lion. I tell everybody he's my lion.
A firstborn son is a blessing, someone to carry on your name, someone you teach by example. And if you're Tony, that means fearing God, praying to Allah 5 times a day, to fast during the holy month of Ramadan, and to wear your Lebanese heritage proudly. For 26 years, a father and a son shared their passions.
A lot of wrestling, a lot of jiu-jitsu. I used to take him to International Boxing Club on Adams Street.
Perhaps almost every father has a moment when he realizes his son is no longer a boy.
He wanted to make a difference. And he likes the adrenaline. He likes the excitement and not the same old thing, routine every day.
That's when Tony's son wanted to take his wrestling skills from the mat to the streets, putting them behind a uniform, gun, and badge. Anthony Dia graduated from the Toledo Police Academy in 2018.
I was proud of him. I was very proud of him.
And what a time to be an officer. In less than 2 years on the job, Anthony would work through the COVID-19 pandemic and racial reckoning and unrest following the death of George Floyd. After midnight on the 4th of July, 2020, Tony got a call.
I get to the hospital and they tell me that he's been shot. I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean he's been shot? And then they tell me, we're trying to revive him, and they're not able to revive him.
Anthony Dia was shot and killed by a distressed man in a Home Depot parking lot. He was just 26 years old, leaving behind a wife and 2 young boys. His final radio call, his last words.
118, tell this is my family, I love them.
In those darkest hours, one of many lights flickered for the Dia family.
Not only is the family lost someone very dear to them, they're about to be thrust into the middle of something they have no imagination of how huge it's going to be.
We had people all over the world doing services for him. I mean, in the UK, in Lebanon.
Closer to home, thousands of people were transforming Toledo into a memorial for a fallen hero. Officers came from across Ohio and the nation to pay their respects. Family members in Lebanon said prayers overseas. For East meets West in grief. As 2 worlds merged to lay Anthony to rest, Tony Diaz was crumbling. How does a father say goodbye to his firstborn son, his lion?
I know I wanted to be there to bury my son, so I got into the hole and they handed him to me. And I laid him to rest.
Now a father is carrying on his son's name. Tony is learning from Anthony's example.
He was a lot better man than I am. I mean, to be shot and dying and, all you care about is sending out a message to tell my family I love them.
Grief transforms us, and Tony is no different. For the past year, he's been a man on a mission.
Everything good that you do on earth, he'll benefit for it in the afterlife.
Tony's drive to keep his son's name among the living will never be satisfied. Bigger plans are in the works, serving the community through the Officer Anthony Dia Foundation.
The goal is to help children that lost their mothers in some type of violent incident and be there for them.
We try to make sense of life's cruelties. For Tony, the answer has become simple.
I really believe it was God sent, and he chose Anthony.
How also?
Just to bring people together.
Not only to bring people together in the wake of 2020's division, but Tony believes to show the true side of Islam.
He died trying to defend and help people. And if that's not the true meaning of a shaheed, then I don't know what is.
As we celebrate our freedoms this July, we remember nothing says freedom quite like a Lebanese-American Muslim police officer sacrificing his life on the 4th of July, ultimately because he chose to serve and protect.
I'll continue honoring my son until I take my last breath.
Unit 118, you're clear to 40. Rest in peace, sir.
Officer Anthony Diaz, you and your family will remain in our hearts, thoughts, and prayers.
Well, you can watch the next story in this series next Thursday. Officer Diaz's police classmates are sharing how they worked to save his life last 4th of July and how his legacy has spurred them to become leaders within the department and the city of Toledo. It airs right here on WTOL 11 next Thursday at 6.